Oh,
You?
All right, I've just clicked go live. We are live, apparently. I hope we are.
Yes, we are.
Welcome to United States of Australia. Live version, first time, and nobody is watching, is what I'm seeing on my screen, which that's to be expected, I think. We did just get a plug on Be Dabbling Live with the Dabbler, but welcome. And of course, here, maybe I should have let everyone enter the room one by one, but fuck it, they're all here. First of all, the Queen of the United States of Australia, Queen Roxanne. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
It's been a while.
We have 6 people now. It's exciting. Oh, back to 5. Someone wasn't impressed. Sorry, I'm not going to do a running commentary of the viewers. Secondly, joining us, OJ's here. Our military man, just about to head off to Ukraine. Jay Scoop, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing really good because I'm not at my normal spot. I'm at somebody else's house, so it looks fancy, like I have money, but I don't.
Very good. And of course, our morbidly obese, closeted homosexual, Robbie the Marathon. How you doing?
it's doing better until he said that. But I mean, to be honest, I'm not doing great. But we're live, so yay!
You're never doing great. Wait, it's another ear infection, right? This ongoing ear infection because
Yeah, it's
your
a chronic
face is
ear
too
infection.
fat?
They're worried it may just hurt for the rest of my life. It's great.
Gotta love it. And a man who's just joined us who's
fuck was that?
well done. Obnoxious John coming in to help us out on our first live stream. He knows what to do on these things. He knows how to run things. So OJ, thanks for joining us.
No problem. Unfortunately, I did come to help, quote unquote, run things, but I don't. You'd have to give me like moderator, all that stuff to run the chat. So I can't do that for you, but I can, I guess, help guide the ship.
Yeah, well, and also if you just keep an eye on the chat,
sure.
And are you able to bring up chats, or I do have to?
Yeah, no, I don't have that power.
Oh fuck! I should have done this off air.
Yeah, we didn't really have time. We should have thought about it, but I think we've both probably been a little busy. But we'll have it set up for next time.
Yeah, indeed. I sort of got a bit antsy. I do have a tight window here today, so I thought I better get rolling and we'll just give it a go. But thanks for joining us here, OJ. You guys just did Be Dabbling Live. Good show, was it?
Yeah, it was a great show. We had Quadfather and El Horrible they've never met, so that was kind of cool. And we had Stevie Lou come on. Yeah, it was a fun show. They're always fun shows. And Cardiff Electric, of course. Don't let me forget Cardiff Electric. He'll never let that go. So thank you, Cardiff, for joining us.
Yeah, Cardiff was a guest on our old Mallertown. So I guess for viewers that may have come over from Be Dabbling Live, this show started out a couple of years ago with all of us doing a fan podcast, basically, for sports radio host Ben Maller. And the show kind of evolved into its own thing, and we decided to make it its own thing, and it became United States of Australia. And Cardiff with the no invite. I'll send him a link.
Send him a link.
I'll send him a link.
Always good to have the potato on any show.
Yeah. It is. He's always fun. So yeah, that's where we got to.
So Aussie guy, for those of us can't speak, those of us that are new to your channel, who can you give us a quick who are all these people? Have you been on a show together with them before? Is this the first time they're joining you? What's the deal?
Yeah, so all of us have been getting together for about 2 years now. And we'll start off with Queen Roxanne. We'll go to you. You're always fun.
Ladies first. What a job.
We all met through the Ben Maller show. We're all loyal listeners and callers to that show. That's what started this thing off. Then we all became friends, and we realized there was a dynamic there that we could have some fun with. So Queen Roxanne, you got the name Queen Roxanne because you're the fantasy football queen, and you've got a bit going on. So let everyone know sort of how you got in with fantasy football and all that.
I had a job where every Monday guys would come in, we'd talk about football. It was like the Tim Tebow era. And one of the guys was like, "Hey, you should try fantasy football with us next year." I'm like, "Okay." And I got second place in the league. I was the only girl. And for whatever reason, I didn't know you were supposed to name your own teams the first year. So when they entered everything in the computer and I logged on, it just said Queen Roxanne. And I had just rolled with that since.
Just rolled with it. I like it. Cool.
Now, Jay Scoop, you came into the Malum Militia as we're known because of your musical talent, your singing. Let everyone know, just a little bit about how you sort of have written some songs and all that, and you've got a band. You're a bit of a musician.
Yeah, you just summed it up. Thanks. No, I just somewhere along the line. Well, it started with the talent show on the Ben Maller show, where I started doing some songs and whatnot. And then I think the thing that really kicked it off for me was when the pandemic hit and there was nothing to talk about for sports wise. And so then we were like, well, let's just start doing some parodies that are in relation to the pandemic. We probably did like 4 of those. That got really boring quick. So then, started trying to make it about other topics. But yeah, it's been my main contribution as far as like on the radio. And then obviously then we, as you said, did the podcast related to that show and it went from there. So yeah. And then I do my original music on the side, and Marine veteran and going to Ukraine soon.
Yeah, that was one thing we we're going to talk about. Obviously, you've served in the military, in the Marines, and you are helping out in the Ukraine. And, for everyone out there, regardless of your political feelings about the Ukraine-Russia thing, innocent people are dying over there. That is a fact. And Jay Scoop is personally attached to it. He lost someone he was close to. So, Jay Scoop, fighting the good fight, doing the right thing. When are you heading off, Scoop?
August 1st. 3 days, 4 days?
Well,
Tuesday.
Godspeed.
Yeah.
And the final member of the team, equal to all 3 of us combined in size. Robbie's become a fan favorite for the handful of fans that we've had up to this point. Robbie's got a certain level of rage inside of him. Robbie's got an innocence. Robbie's got a naivete, but he's also got some intelligence. Robbie, I don't even know where to start. You announce yourself as Robbie the Mariners fan. Are you the only person in the world that happily announces being a Mariners fan?
I honestly didn't even know that the Mariners were still a team.
Probably shouldn't be. They're absolute shit. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Keep
you're the
going.
only one.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the only one. Well, I mean, I noticed since I did it, there's a couple people on the Ben Maller show that'll be like Mariner Evan or this or that. But no, it is you know how they say there's certain segments of Twitter, there's this small little depressed segment of Mariner fans, but there's not many of us that are proud to be Mariner fans.
I can empathize. I was a Cleveland Indians fan in the 1980s, so I remember. And also a Cleveland Browns fan, so believe me, I get it.
How dare you, racist, calling them the Cleveland Indians?
We don't say that anymore.
Read that last comment from Husey.
Why is everyone wearing hats? Hiding your you-know-what horns. Thank you, Husey. I'm wearing a hoodie because it's cold.
And just to clarify, just so your panel knows, this is not my beautiful face you see on screen. That is Stuttering John. I just, I use his likeness when I come onto these streams.
You've actually got some fun ones that you've used. Like you did that Kevin Brennan prank on Shuley, which I thought was hilarious. But you sometimes have moving avatar.
Sure. Yeah, I could change it, and you could change your name to whatever you want. Let's see, what do I got? Like, not that one. That is actually me. There's Bob Levy. But yes, I play around with it.
Roxanne would S your D if you show your face. Thanks, Husey. The Indians had the cover of Sports Illustrated in 1987,
Yeah,
Indian
that's-
Uprising. Wow.
That's, I think that, yeah.
Greatest baseball movie ever, Major League.
Yes, I love Major League. I agree with you there.
A good
Major
one.
League is one of my favorite movies
Well,
of
maybe
all
not.
time.
Maybe not the
I've
greatest
never seen
baseball
that.
movie, but it is a great comedy.
I just realized I should
There
be
you
putting these up on
go.
the screen. Yeah.
Thank you, Isaac.
So
Roll back them prices while you're out there.
here's a
Walmart.
rare comment from anybody ever. Excellent point, Husey. Jeez.
Which one? 'Cause they all kind of not.
Just
are
don't
not.
highlight Steve's. That one hurt. That one hurt.
Yeah,
That's
do.
coming up. That's coming up. Yeah. Could Robbie take up more of the screen? Maybe back up a little. I like it. I like it.
Hey, you didn't notice my shirt.
Oh, she's wearing. Rox is wearing my shirt, the At That Sussy Guy t-shirt. Just put an S where the A should be. Thank you, Roxanne, for
I
supporting me.
remembered.
No, very good. See, this is one of the things about running it with like doing the chat here, is I'm now distracting myself looking at the chat. But no, moving
Yeah.
forward.
That last
Um,
comment from Husey.
This one here.
No,
We're men. We don't
the,
read
the one
women's
before
clothes.
that.
We already read
Oh
that
yeah,
one.
I did. Yeah, I didn't bring it up on the screen, but I read it. Roxanne would S you D if you show your face.
I
That's
don't
you,
know where
OJ.
he gets that.
See, Husey is right. Like as a guy, I immediately went to look to see what it said, and then I did focus on your breasts. So he is right. As men, we are not looking at what is written on the shirt.
Well, I mean, at least her tits draw attention to the main part of what the
Right.
shirt's all about.
and
you
I
know
bought
what
a small so it would be like look good.
No,
No, it
it's
does.
very
It
good.
looks very cute.
It's very good. Now, Robbie, you are known also for your passionate love of Josh Allen. It's
yeah, that's
created
true.
many memorable moments on this show. In fact, I don't know if one of them is up on our YouTube channel. For Ray does our cartoons.
People have quit Twitter because of my.
So when we say Josh Allen, we're talking about the Buffalo Bills quarterback, Josh Allen.
That is
Yes.
correct.
Okay.
Yes.
the best QB since.
Why don't you explain, Robbie?
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop, Robbie, right there.
Why don't you
that's-
explain
that-
to OJ, Robbie, your passion for Josh Allen?
Okay, so I knew about this guy back when he played at Reedley Community College, a godforsaken place that I actually was once near for 6 weeks, 6 long weeks. Anyway, yeah, so he was I think a 0-star recruit coming out of high school, and that's on a scale of 0 to 5. And then he went to Wyoming and he was okay, but I was made fun of left and right when I said he'd be a first-round pick. And then I said he'd be good. And that, I think, what did Ben Maller say? He said there was a better chance that he would run a marathon than I would, than that Josh Allen would be good. And that was when Ben probably weighed like 450 pounds. And so ever since then, I staked I was going to die on that hill, and I've been proven right. He is one of the top 2
So,
QBs in the
Robbie,
league.
you saw something in him that perhaps a lot of people didn't see in him from the beginning. You've been a diehard fan, and now you're like, "Ha! Look, I told you guys."
Pretty much. And I take joy in the fact people find it really annoying that I talk about him so much. So it's like,
Gloat.
well,
in
I'm
your
going to be
victory.
annoying about it. So if it's going to piss people off, I might as well just be even
Well,
more annoying about it.
I'm a prime example of that because
Exactly.
I think it was 2 years ago that I DM'd Robbie and said, "Hey man, like outside of the Cowboys, I'm rooting for the Bills, because of you. Like I hope Josh Allen's good." And now, fast forward 2 years, and all the conversations we've had, I'm like, I fucking hope Josh Allen just continues to choke in the playoffs. Fuck Robbie. Fuck this obsession. But Husey has commented with, I think, Robbie, you'd approve of this one? Dicks out for the US of A. Or USOA.
Not that there's anything wrong with being gay or trans or whatever, whatever they're coming up with this time. But I am none of those things, and so yeah, I just wanted to.
Wait,
spell
are you
that now.
sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. We just want to make sure.
We're yeah, we need to get Robbie all worked up because we are doing a Robbie's Rage segment shortly. Does the Aussie miss John Howard? I do. He was a hell of a prime minister, but we're not going to get political. Great comment for a live stream on YouTube. I don't know what that's in reference to, but we will move on. What do we want to do first? OJ can actually take part in the game.
I gotta ask though, what is the cloud that keeps appearing over Robbie's head? Every once in a while, like a cloud will be there.
Yeah, when he moves. What's in your background? There,
Are you
Robbie?
like always under the black cloud?
I often feel like I'm walking under a rain cloud, so it makes sense.
Are you in the basement, Robbie, like you normally are?
No, I'm actually in a penthouse. No, of course, yeah, I'm in a basement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'd assume that'd be the bookcase behind you, wouldn't it? The usual bookcase.
No, it's yeah, it's I think there's like a drainage pipe above my head, so no, it's not a great, it's not visually pleasing. Not that that matters with me to begin with, but yeah, I took that words out of your mouth, so fuck you. Anyway, so yeah, I just thought brick background kind of fit.
Very good, very good.
Yeah, it looks like you're in like a dark alley where the cloud is over your head, and
I was thinking he's live at the Improv or something.
Yes.
it works.
Well, shortly he's going to be. Now,
So you have
I
a
was-
segment. You have a segment where you get Robbie to rage. Am I understanding that correctly? It's called.
Yes.
Okay.
It's called Robbie's Rage. Robbie finds something that enrages him.
Okay.
And when Robbie gets all worked up and gets going, it's quite entertaining, we feel. Now, I wasn't going to bother with any.
So if I was to tell him that Josh Allen is like really overrated and the Bills still haven't won anything, would that like piss him off?
That might actually lead to. Hang on a second. Me trying to do something live. I'm going to try and play the music. Share screen. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, forget it. I'm not playing the music.
You're killing my sense of rage.
Yeah. But anyway, what the fuck? Cunt. Fuck you.
I thought we can't say that on Twitter.
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
You mean X? 'Cause now it's X, not Twitter.
Yes.
Oh, I thought I meant. Did I say? Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it's YouTube that we're on. But yeah. Robbie,
Yeah.
you are quite the Shohei Ohtani fan, it would seem.
No, I just like baseball, and I hate
just
people that shit on other people's accomplishments. I guess I could say.
But what have
Yeah,
the
because-
Mariners ever accomplished?
Well, that's why I said I'm a fan of baseball. If I was just a fan of the Mariners, not only would I not like baseball anymore, I probably wouldn't be around still.
Well, they accomplished something in the comments. If you look at it, they're
Oh, yeah, let's get him rolling. Serious question. How is Robbie so fat considering how much he must eat at elementary school cafeterias?
Well, I will say the food was much better before Michelle Obama became the first lady and got rid of all the good food.
Well,
if I want to lean into that,
We
joke.
have two veterans on the show today. Jay Scoop and Robbie is definitely a veteran of school lunch cafeterias.
fighting celery sticks since 20 what? I don't know.
Like, let's be honest, celery sticks are just disgusting.
I like celery sticks.
I mean,
How
they're
does Robbie?
Peanut butter, they're great.
by themselves without like peanut
With
butter. And then
peanut
at that
butter.
point, what? Yeah, but peanut butter is awful for somebody that's fat. Like that's the opposite of what I should be.
And it probably replaced tater tots or something. And you're like, no.
I mean, you can eat them alone. They're nice and crunchy. They're watery. They're good
Yeah.
for you.
Put them in salad, they're really good.
Man.
Put it in salad. Look at this man. Put it in salad.
I tried.
That was-
I tried.
yeah.
That's one of my first sports memories. Was every day it seemed like the Mariners were winning, and the entire Pacific Northwest was all so happy. We thought we were going to win the World Series. This is like the second coming of Jesus. Like, take us seriously. We're a sports area, and then we lost to the fucking Yankees.
Was that when you guys had Ken Griffey Jr.?
I believe so. That may have been a year after he left for the Reds, but that was like we had Ichiro, Alex Rodriguez, all those guys. It was great.
Oh,
I went to a
forgot
game that
about
year. We actually sold out the state. That was back when there wasn't like one person for every 4 seats. So yeah, there was 50,000 people packed in the park. Tickets were actually less expensive than they are now, which don't get me going.
I agree, man. I'm nostalgic about that kind of stuff. We had the old Cleveland Stadium, and it fit like 90,000 people. So the baseball games and the football games, the fan atmosphere, you'll never have that atmosphere ever again.
No, and it's like, it's funny because this is a mini rage, but the Mariners, they're like, every team has a social account where they employ people just to tweet propaganda about the team, and they were bragging about how we finished like top 5 in operating payroll last year and profit, as if a Mariners fan gives a shit what type of profit we're turning. And it's like, yeah, maybe it's because you know how much it is to park a car within a mile of the Mariners Stadium.
At least
So
$20, right?
No, it's if it was $20, that would be the greatest development since, well, I don't know. Nothing's great in Seattle.
Oh man, I wanted to hear your development.
Yeah.
I was gonna. No, I think like they fluctuate based on how close you get to the stadium, and like if you're a mile out, it's like $50. If you want to park underneath the stadium, it gets closer to like 150, and that's for just a
Jesus
random
Christ.
fucking baseball game in the middle of the week when
Wow.
the Mariners will probably get blown out anyway, and you'll be leaving in the 3rd inning. So it's yeah, it's not great. And then one of the reasons apparently we didn't originally sign. Not funny, Big Greg. One of the reasons we originally didn't sign Ohtani was they thought that, I think it's the owner, George Stanton or John Stanton, was like, well, he doesn't know how to speak English, so I don't know if we'd be able to profit from that. It's like, we just had a guy play for 12 years in Ichiro who never learned Spanish, had to have an interpreter for his entire career, and the Mariners were never popular than back then. But it's so stupid.
All right, you're getting a little bit worked up, and we're in the
Yeah.
baseball realm. These
Ozzy,
tweets
Ozzy,
stumbled
we
across.
know Hideo Nomo was the better Japanese player,
Also, I know
right?
this
I
is
mean,
random,
by
but like,
far.
why are people celebrating in Oregon that they're like, oh, we're finally cracking down on drugs? And then you read the fine print and it says a gram of fentanyl. Has anyone ever, like, besides a drug dealer, had a gram of fentanyl? I was reading about this because I'm not big on drugs. In fact, fun fact, I thought it was called you do weed, not smoke weed. And then I got yelled at by some pothead. And I was like, okay, sorry. I thought the rap song went, hey, 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 do weed every day. Apparently it's smoke weed every day. It's a sidebar. Anyway, but no, it's like, oh, we're cracking down now because it's going to be a $6,000 fine, as if a bunch of homeless people in tents in Portland are going to pay the $6,000 fine. Like, that's a great development. I mean, that's great. If they had $6,000 to give, maybe that would actually help something. They could refix all the windows. It's like you walk around the best part of Portland, Oregon, there's bullet holes everywhere. It's
He's rolling, folks. He's rolling.
It is, man.
I think Robbie gets
If you
some sort of
like,
high
you
out of
walk
being
out- so
live.
Pal's bookstore. It's like this huge tourist attraction in Oregon. Within a block of walking out of there, you've got either businesses that have the bulletproof glass or they don't. And you know how you tell? Because if there's windows still there or not. Because it's just, you'll be sitting in like the Benson Hotel, which is a really good hotel. You'll be on the floor 20 and you'll hear somebody yelling for the entire night. There was this guy yelling about how everyone lies and there's damn lies. And then he threw out Hillary Clinton. And it was like, oh, maybe this will get interesting. And no, then he just started talking about damn lies again. So it's just, there's zombies everywhere. There was a guy sitting down, scratching his head over and over, and there was a hole through his fucking leg. I swear to God, I could see through his leg the way somebody that gets shot in the hand can see through their hand. What were we talking about
Hey,
again?
Ozzy, you know that iconic moment where King Kong is on, Empire State Building and the helicopters, and he's just swatting, And I said that Hideo Nomo thing just to try to get him, and he just continued on. He's got the girl in his hand. I don't know. That's what I pictured when he was going on that rant. He's on top of the Empire State Building, just swinging.
Do we want to get to these tweets, Robbie?
Yeah, sure. I feel like it would. None of those would get me as upset as I already am, so it might be a downer.
It might be a downer. We'll see what happens. So a tweet. I'm at the point now. If we're having a conversation and I start talking about Shohei and what he's doing this season, if your reaction isn't borderline bursting into tears, then the conversation is over and I'm pretty much done speaking to you ever again. Then we have a reply. Been watching baseball for more than 30 years, and even I am tired of hearing about Ohtani. He's just doing something that all of us used to do as kids and in high school and college.
Keyword, high school or college. First off, it's so ridiculous. It's like, yeah, you could throw like 80 miles an hour and hit a baseball in high school. Whoop-de-damn do. Everyone could do that. Even I, the fat ass that took like 6 seconds to run to first base. The one reason I played baseball is I could hit it far enough that I could make my fat ass to first base. Because if I hit a ground ball, they sure as hell wouldn't be able to get me out. I mean, they sure as hell, like, oh, that's a flashback. Okay, so in Little League, I hit a ground ball. The guy dropped the ball when he threw it. It rolled in front of him. He got off the first base bag, picked up the ball with his bare hand, then stepped back on first base, and I still hadn't made it to first base in time. Do you know how slow you have to It's bad. I was made fun of by the entire team.
You should have been.
Did they have to fill in the dirt from where your steps were on the way to first?
You know, actually they did. Not at first. But I would always dig in at the box and the ump one time was like, oh great, now we're gonna have to refill the dirt once you're out of here. And I'm like, looking back at it, so high school, we're probably getting paid $5. He's like, well, I hate my life. I'm here umpiring baseball games, so let's make the suicidal fat kid even more suicidal by pointing out the fact that I'm creating a crater in the batter's box because I'm apparently heavy-footed.
Can you imagine? Work with me here because I know this is hard.
Heavy-footed. That is the greatest.
Yeah.
I've never heard that one before. I am going to use that somewhere. I love it. Not overweight. I'm heavy-footed.
Heavy everywhere.
But imagine Robbie rounding third. I know that's hard to imagine doing. But can you imagine being the catcher and he's barreling down?
Yeah, I almost put a kid in the hospital. I didn't mean to. Once I ever got ejected, they had a no running into the catcher rule. And it's not like I was ever trying to run into the catcher, but you know, there's this thing called like momentum and an unstoppable force.
No, there's no such thing as momentum.
Well, that's sports. But anyway, yeah, so I tried to stop and then like go around the catcher because he's about to get the ball. But I'm not the most agile. Like, shout out the episode where I said I can fight well in a phone box, which I think it's.
I'm picturing
video on the channel.
I'm picturing Juggernaut coming at the catcher.
Yeah. His face mask shot off his head like one of Elon Musk's rockets. His glove went everywhere. And think of this, like, I'm not even trying to run into the guy. And it was bad. I got ejected. I had to like say why. Like, I was like, I didn't mean to do it. Please don't suspend me for the rest of the year for Little League just because I'm fat. This is before fat shaming was a thing, or I would just play the fat shaming card and like I would probably become their leader or something. Like they'd be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. We didn't mean to offend you." But no, yeah.
I mean, even before all the fat shaming, these adults sound ridiculous. You're just a kid in school. You can't help your size. It's not like, you know, I mean, it just sounds ridiculous. I don't know the whole story, and it sounds like you and I believe you, and it just sounds like whoever these adults were at the time were taking this a little too far.
Well, the year before,
making you apologize? That's ridiculous.
Well, some guy ran over a kid had intentionally ran into the catcher the year before and caused a brawl that ended up on the front cover of the local paper.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
But still, they were still a little too sensitive about it. It sounds like.
Good thing there was a concussion test back then, or it wouldn't have just been me out of the game.
Wait, what am I doing? We want to get you worked up. I'm sorry. I'm ruining
Yeah.
the bit.
No, well, I'm struggling to see how we got there from Shohei Ohtani. That's
Because I still like to
that's
imagine
fascinating.
that I could have been a great baseball player if I wasn't like morbidly obese and slow.
Yeah.
There'd be like, the crosses they'll put on the side of the road when somebody dies, like, drunk driver or whatever. Imagine
Oh yeah, there's
those
a guy
being
next to our
behind-
house that there's a cross and it says Bubba was here, and I was like, that's sad.
I imagine like a plethora of those being right near the backstop from everybody that Robbie murdered by bowling them over.
What's the over under
not
on
funny.
breaks between third and home? You would be pretty tuckered out.
I
at
did.
that point, yeah.
There was a hot day, and I ran to first, and the ball went flying over the first baseman's head. And so I was like, "Oh shit!" I thought I was going to take a break, but now they're telling me to run to second. So I slid into second and then threw up all over the second baseman's shoes. It's a true story, and I hadn't thought of that in probably 23 years, and that was not a good day. They tried to get my parents to buy me shoes, so they hustled me out of there like I was during a hostage exchange. With the bag over the head, just hustling into the car. It's like, let's go. We don't want to buy some kid new shoes. So
you would need at least 3 of those marathon breaks on the way from third to home. I think, and at least one of them like a Go-Gurt, and then like a, I don't know.
A Go-Gurt. He needs like a
I-
box of Go-Gurt.
I could say I've vomited on the cricket field 3 times. Obviously playing hungover.
did you have to run more than 160 feet though before you threw up? Because that was
Yeah, no, I did. Yeah, I will say that I'd done a lot of running beforehand, but yeah,
I don't think I've ever done a lot of running.
But I doubt it was because you were hungover, just because you are.
No, I was like
Oh,
11,
beast.
so yeah, definitely not.
Have you got fatter as you've got older, or were you always huge?
Well, it was like a self-fulfilling prophecy. People would call me fat, and then looking back at the photos, I don't think maybe I was as fat as I was. But since people were calling me fat, I just started eating because it's like, well, I'm fat. What's the issue? And so now I actually am really fat. That's a sad turn of events. But
How much do you weigh?
Oh, that's a
No, he's
state
not gonna
secret.
reveal
There's no
that.
way I'm
Yeah.
going to
Like
say
asking a
that.
woman her age.
Yeah,
Yeah, how dare you?
it's a lot though, OJ. I know the number, and it's a lot.
A lot. Gee, thanks.
It's
I would
true.
say Roxanne and Scoop combined.
Well,
No, you
it's,
don't
I
need
gotta argue though. It's not like asking a woman their age.
Way
because
less.
It's like, because that would be like a woman talking about her age but never mentioning it. He's talking about his size
Well,
I
constantly.
mean, you guys mentioned it. I just.
Well, I've never said the number. I've
Are you proud of yourself?
made
about that?
hyperbolic statements that perhaps aren't overly hyperbolic, but
but
I
he
would
is
say that
indeed
Roxanne
offering the information.
yeah, Roxanne and Scoop combined would possibly be half of Robbie in my
No, that's not.
guesstimation.
Roxanne's like 50 pounds. Let's be.
I'm like 108.
I doubt that.
That's what.
I
What,
wouldn't
what
lie.
do you weigh, Scoop? What do you weigh?
Well, I gained weight when I came back, so probably if I went the upper part, I would say 220.
All right, Robbie's safe then. He's not
Yeah.
600 pounds.
Yeah. But give me a month. If you got down.
But if he doesn't get his shit together, he could be.
Can
600
we address
pounds
these
one day.
messages?
Oh yeah,
No.
we got some coming up. All right, what
I
have we
see
got
them
here?
all, and they're all they're mostly mean. Funny,
So
but
we've
mean.
got.
Not that one.
Catch a look at not that one.
No, go down 3.
Aussie guy Frank, 160 views before. I didn't actually. Tukey loves you more than a friend, Robbie. Oh wait, whoa! Tukey loves you more than a friend, Robbie. I can't do Tukey at all.
That wasn't bad.
That's
Oh,
cool.
thanks.
Is that like another like I'm Fudgy, come home and
Go to B Dabbler's YouTube channel and check out Tukey. Tukey is a blast. He is fantastic. I should have tried to get Tukey on the show. Actually, would have been fantastic.
I think if he has
Um,
time, he will show up. If he has time, he's a very, very, very busy puppet.
He's very big. No, he look. We're not going to go a whole lot longer. As I said, I got a tight window today. So, show me the numbers from Jezaloo. The numbers are 10 at the moment. We got 10 viewers. It's exciting.
I think you
And
meant
I really
No way-
Hey, I
no way
bring,
Rox
I
is
bring
over
the
90.
viewers. That is one
Yeah.
thing.
I
for
thought he
sure.
meant my age for a second. I'm like, what
Yeah,
the
I know.
fuck? And then I realized.
I did the exact same thing. So no,
So
no,
I do have another quick question. Are you guys from the same area?
No.
No. Okay.
Scoop and I are probably closest ish. Well, back when you lived
Yeah.
in Seattle, we were within 4 hours, depending on traffic.
Okay. I'm in Cleveland, Ohio.
I'm coming there in 2 weeks.
Oh, nice. Awesome. What are you coming here for?
The Fantasy Football Hall Expo. Sorry, Fantasy Football
Convention.
Expo.
Okay, cool. Didn't even know that was going on.
I'll be in Canton. I land in Cleveland.
Oh, okay, cool.
you're going to be meeting some pretty cool people, aren't you, Rox?
I will be meeting one of Aussie's favorite people in the whole wide world, Des Bryant.
Hell
Very
yeah.
excited about.
Oh, you're
I
burying
will
the
be
lead.
meeting Lisa Ann. Go look up her work. Plenty of people in the fantasy football world. It should be a good 48 hours.
Awesome. So you're gonna go to the Hall of Fame and all that?
Yeah, I got it. Like the
Are they-
expo
Are they doing
entry
it?
came with a ticket to the.
Is there
Hall
a
of Fame.
game too? Because I know they do the they'll have like preseason or scrimmage games there or something sometimes.
No, I know we're doing a flag football tournament there
Oh, how
Oh,
fun!
I'm so good at that.
Saturday.
Awesome. Have you ever been to the Hall of Fame?
No, I'm
It's
so
awesome.
excited. Like
Yeah.
this is a dream come true.
If you're a football fan, it's really a destination every football fan should make.
I didn't think I'd go till Tom Brady got inducted, but we're 5 years early.
Awesome.
I will say Des Bryant is probably my favorite cowboy of all time.
Really?
I know.
Oh,
and
I
I
forgot
cannot
your
wait to get a
Cowboys
picture
fan.
of me with him to send to you.
Excellent. Love Des.
Why?
Wow, that's your favorite cowboy of all
Yeah,
time.
that's what. That's.
Well, okay,
Well,
you know
like,
what?
mate, look,
You're
I
from
watched
Australia, so you don't.
I watched the Cowboys in the early 90s, and it used to be Emmett Smith, but I didn't really watch back then. I didn't watch games. I just watched a couple of Super Bowls. 105 pounds in your bra. Very good, Greg. But so when I actually started following it week to week, I just saw Des take amazing catch after amazing catch. And I just always loved his energy and passion. And yeah, I thought he got done dirty personally, but yeah, I love Des. Love Lisa Ann,
Who
says
doesn't?
Isaac
Who
Walnut.
doesn't?
Yeah. Will you be what? Oh, will you be rubbing elbows
Yes,
with
Justin
while
is
there?
going to come down and have lunch with me one day.
We need
Oh,
photos of
Isaac
that.
Walmart also says it's the OJ rub.
Oh,
yeah,
11 viewers.
Yes. 10 OJ, get it right. Yeah, Justin in Cincinnati, obviously a huge legendary caller to the Ben Maller show in the Maller Militia. But any new viewers wouldn't necessarily know who Justin is, but big deal for Rox.
Just imagine the most bitter, like redneck,
Yeah.
and then just
Yeah.
like triple what you're imagining, and you'll get Justin.
Yeah.
Suck it.
He is a sad sack of shit, is Justin. Well, he is. Come on.
He's also very clever and can be funny, and
Look, he
He's
has
the
his
most funniest guy in the militia by far.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a funny guy, no doubt. And I love Justin. That's why I say
yeah.
he's a sad sack of shit. Now we might wrap this up. Scoop, you prepared a game. You've prepared this multiple times and we've never got around to it. So
game,
is it
fun.
time? Yes, it's time to hit this game, Scoop. Take it away.
All right. Well, here's where the jingle would happen that's not there, but insert. Okay, now we're done. All right. So we're playing a game called Tug of War. Oh, Ozzy, did you come up with the name?
I
You know
didn't
what I'm
know.
talking about.
Sorry. Yeah. I
All
know
right,
he's
we're
really
going
not,
with
yeah.
we're going with rapid then. How about that?
All right.
All right. So in Tug of War, I'm basically just gonna throw out there a topic that you got to go one way or another, and we're just gonna go down the line, seeing where we all collectively what we decide on this topic. But I will always pick somebody first that will go, and they have to decide right right after I say the question to them, they have to decide. You can't sit there and him and haw about it. So, for example, who am I going to? Should I go? Should I go with the
I think
newbie?
I got the gist of it. I don't know.
All right. Then
Yeah,
you're
go on.
good.
Put OJ on the spot
Yeah.
straight away. Yeah.
All right, OJ. Oh man, the first one. Nah, I'm calling an audible. I'm not giving you the easy one. All right, so you got to answer right away. All right,
Sure.
first one. Do you feel a country that prohibits civilians from owning firearms is overall safer than one that allows civilians firearm possession?
No.
All right, now you got to tell me why.
Because I just don't think it's the government and any country should be the only ones to be holding the guns. I guess that's the short answer.
All right. You know, Robbie, you're gonna wait, buddy.
Yeah.
Let's go, Rocks.
What? You want me to answer that?
We all answer it.
I don't give a shit.
Yes
This
or
is not my
no.
concern. I don't know what governments do. I don't give a shit.
She's just
If
single-handedly
you are
trying
safe
to
with a
hit
gun, you
down
should
the
be
game.
allowed to have one. If you're not safe, you should not have one. How about that?
Yes or
I'm
no?
not. This subject is not my deal. You make me
Rox
have a
isn't
hot
playing
flash.
along.
All right. Rocks is no
I hope
longer
she
a part
feels
of
better.
this game. All right, Ozzy, go ahead.
Look, I agree. No, I don't necessarily think that it makes it safer to not have guns. Look, I live in a country where, yeah, they didn't outlaw guns. They just made guns a lot more difficult to own, and a lot of people willingly just sold their guns back. But again, like we're 26 million people across such a vast land. Like gun crime isn't going to be a fucking necessarily a large issue. And we had one major mass shooting, and they pulled the trigger on it. So, as much as like, hey, yeah, well, yeah, good point. So as much as it's made a difference in Australia because there hasn't been a mass shooting to that level since, like we're such a small country that it wouldn't be a problem anyway. When you got 330 million people or whatever, so I can mute Rocks, I think. Like it's a completely different story. So, yeah, I don't think it necessarily makes it safer. No.
And in today's day and age, you can't. There's no there's no magic wand where you can just get rid of them. You can literally print them up at your house now. You can use a 3D printer and print up a gun.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. And before I go to you, Robbie, you're almost going to eat that mic there. My answer is also no. And I'm just a firm believer of no matter what they try to take away, there'll always be the next thing, right? So they try to take away AR-15s. All right, it could be a pistol, not a pistol, knife, not a knife, a thimble, like whatever. It's going to be something next, right? So I don't think it's going to make anything safer. It just might be a little bit different clip or a little bit of a hesitation, and then it'll pick up again. So, all right, Robbie, bring it.
What?
What do you mean? What, you son of a bitch?
My Wi-Fi cut out for a
maybe
second.
repeat the question for him.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Here you go. Do you feel a country that prohibits civilians from owning firearms is overall
I got
safer
that.
than one that?
Sorry, it cut out, and I thought I had like exited stage left or something. So, yeah. So, like in an ideal world, you can do the whole. Well, what if all guns evaporated? Would crime go lower? And I guess momentarily, yes. But look back at the ancient times, like Egyptians and the Assyrians, or even Roman times. I mean, even before there was steel, hundreds of thousands of people were killing each other. Like the first person they ever found that was mummified was not mummified, but was like frozen in ice. First, the earliest person they've ever found, they found him and he had an arrow through his fucking shoulder. So it's like the first person they ever found was murdered.
He had
So,
it
yeah,
coming.
I don't believe. And like, I think with the 3D printers, I mean, or even like if they did a gun confiscation in the US, for example, there's something like I saw. So there's 300 million Americans. And they estimate there's like 400, 500, 600 million guns. Are they really going to be able to get them all off the streets? And even if not, like they say, well, let's toughen gun laws. It's like Chicago has some of the toughest gun laws in the country, and something like 90% of gun crimes are from people that legally can't own guns already. So I don't think, and it's like, look at when in Rwanda, when there was the whole there was the genocide there. A lot of that happened because they had outside sources mail in by the hundreds of thousands machetes. Like the majority of people that died in that ethnic cleansing didn't die from gun wounds. They died because they got hacked to
Alright.
pieces with machetes. So no, I don't think I think
All right,
like, yeah.
wrap it up.
Yeah.
Wrap it up. You're getting.
Fuck.
Sorry.
you're
So
getting a
yes,
bit out there.
people, and to sum it up, people with even without guns, people will find a way to kill you. They don't need
Yeah.
guns. It does make it easier, but yes, they will. If someone wants to try to kill you, there's other ways.
So we were basically unanimous on that one, right? I mean, not
Yeah,
counting
fun.
Other
rocks.
than Rocks abstaining from it, but yeah, Scoot, can we lighten the mood? If you got one that's a little bit,
I
more
do,
light.
and you're gonna be the rapid tug on this one. All right, so you
All right,
ready?
then. Yeah.
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Jesus Christ, I'm gonna say the chicken. And I don't know why. I really don't know why. It is an impossible question to answer, isn't it? But I'm gonna make all the Christians feel better and say that God created the chicken and created it to lay eggs. So you know what I mean. I'll go with that.
All right, we'll go OJ.
I will say the egg
Oh.
came first before the chicken. You know, I don't think a chicken just like popped up. I think it formed out of something, and however it was made, I think yes, I would go with the egg first.
All right, Robbie.
I think so. I think there was something similar to a chicken that evolved and then laid an egg, which then caused the first full-blown chicken to be born. Because I don't think it's, yeah.
That's
what-
actually a clever. That's a clever answer, to be honest. with
that's
you.
what I've thought
yeah.
about this way too much over the years,
Yeah.
and that's the answer I've settled on.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I was feeling too. So I'm glad you said that. And then Rox, did you have an opinion on this?
I've laid in bed many times thinking about this and what Robbie said. That's the only logical thing that's the only logical thing. It's the only logical thing.
All right,
So-
all right. So 4-1. We've solved it. We finally solved it. 4-1.
No need
Yeah,
for
but
a
you
multi-
guys aren't allowing for the God factor, so you know.
Yeah,
I
no,
think I
'cause there
win.
is-
They
one.
they don't need multi-million-dollar grants to solve this anymore. You got the five of us.
That's it. All right, last one. Ozzy, who should get the rapid tug on this last one?
Robbie's always a blast when he gets the rapid tug. So
He loves it.
All right,
Yeah.
rapid tug, Robbie. Here goes. Would you choose crucifixion or decapitation with the steak knife?
oh Jesus.
Jesus
Go.
Christ. I've read I've read that.
Go. You got to choose and then say why.
Definitely decapitation, because I've actually thought about this as well, sort of.
Jesus.
Like I've been like, what's worse, getting crucified or beheaded by ISIS? And I thought about it because I have
Yeah,
way
but
too
this
much
is with a
trauma.
steak knife.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
use pretty dull blades, those ISIS fuckers. And
No, they
so
don't.
I was those crucifixions can take over a week.
Yeah, that's true. 'Cause
It's
you-
usually you die of starvation, then they start stabbing
Yeah.
because you're like, die already. And so yeah, no, I definitely take the decapitation. Because hopefully you
and-
get like that bone in the back and you just short circuit. So
Also, OJ, for context, so Robbie's in his basement, right? And you notice that one of his earphones is up on his hat. That's because Robbie is deathly afraid of someone
Oh,
sneaking up behind him
absolutely.
and slitting his throat.
that's absolutely true. It's one of my
Wow.
biggest phobias that I'll be listening to Nirvana or Red Hot, most likely Red Hot Chili Peppers, and some dude will come up behind me and be like, and just slit my throat. So I never listen to headphones. I never have my headphones on when I'm by myself. Both ears. It's always one ear and another ear.
You're
like
not by yourself. We're here. And by having that virtual background, we can't warn you
Oh,
that there's
shit,
someone
you're right.
behind you.
It looked like there was an ice cream cone over his head that
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
There was.
That actually sounds good.
I got almost everything I wanted just when he goes, I take a decapitation. When he started with
For
that.
sure, I think he said. Or definitely.
Yeah.
Like he's very, very certain
That was
about
an
it.
easy one.
All right, OJ, what do you got?
God, I gotta be honest with what after thinking about it, I might go with the steak knife, but I think if I was put on the spot, I think I would probably choose the crucifix.
They take
Being
things and
crucified. Can't say that word.
like they pin your legs and your hands.
Yeah, no. Your feet, your hands. I know.
Then you just hang there. It's ugh.
So then
I
we're
would hopefully
going-
I would bleed out and just fall asleep.
That's what's gonna happen if you get stabbed with or decapitated with the steak knife. You're gonna bleed out much quicker than a crucifixion.
Roxanne's
So we're
brain
going with
facts right here.
your in the moment one, the crucifixion. Am I correct?
Yes, because then maybe I'll have the hope that God will come and save me.
Come
Yeah,
back from the
you
dead.
got a shot, right?
All the way
If
to
you
the
happen to
stone.
you happen to have the right guy right next to you,
Right.
the only time in history that it happens. If you have that, you're good. All right,
Got a
Ozzy.
shot.
Yes, steak knife. Yeah, I'm with Robbie. Fucking pinned to a cross for fucking days on end. Yeah.
Can you imagine being pinned to a cross next to me? That'd be annoying.
All right.
Hang on,
Rocks.
we got a comment from Hazy. Hang on. Fall asleep after a stabbing. Blood loss would make you bored.
I don't get it.
All right, Rocks. What would you?
Oh, decapitation in a heartbeat. And I have watched those ISIS fuckers cut somebody's
Jesus
head off with a fucking steak knife, and it is not pretty, and it was fucking, it traumatized me, and that's when I learned don't look at everything you see on the fucking internet, but I'd still take that way than crucifixion.
Yeah. And I'm definitely in the same boat. I'm hoping that they're inexperienced somehow. They will mistakenly cut some nerves early in that process. So then I won't won't feel some of what
so
I would have
morbid.
felt. Hey man, you gotta break it down. So that being said, we're 4-1, right? Decapitation. The crucifixions are kind of
You're correct,
dying out
Steve.
bad, huh?
Fair point. Yeah, I don't know. They would have to have like a. And
Well,
that might be its
it's
own
not-
It might be its own biblical miracle if they found a cross that could actually hold me up.
Oh,
in
shit.
modern times, they may have to go like a fucking a steel cross and, like,
Skyscraper.
and screw your arm to it with a power drill.
And an anchor.
I would say.
Oh man! All right, so that was it. The 3 questions. So that's it for
I
Tug of
can't, I
War.
can't believe someone getting their head cut off wasn't pretty. Yeah, that was maybe a slight understatement, but
That is
sure.
surprising.
Big Greg, I'm looking
Yeah,
for
me
that
too, Greg.
sweet meteor of death to just wipe everything out. All right, lovely, Greg.
Loves the
Very
empty
positive of you.
Learn to
dollars.
swim.
All right, does that wrap it up today?
That's it.
Scoop?
That's it.
That's it.
I think that's good, and I think that's a good little show to start off our first live stream. We're just about at an hour, so if everyone can watch that, what do we need, OJ? 3,000 times? Watch it start to
3,000 watch hours.
Yeah, so watch that 3,000
Jesus.
times, and everyone,
Husey?
yeah, hang on. I want to die whacking off after a drugs binge. Don't we all, Gizzy? Don't we all?
Did that almost happen to that Sheen guy?
Probably,
Something like that.
yeah. Well, that's what's his name? Old Michael Hutchins. I think his
Who?
was the old Asphyxie Wank. Michael Hutchins was
Oh.
the lead singer of INXS, and
Never heard.
pretty sure how that's
Mhm.
how he went down. He was doing the Asphyxie Wank. So yeah. All right, no, that was fun. Another comment here from Steve. What have we got? What's the over under on Robbie being healthy enough for next show? Fucking who knows? That's
50%. 50%.
that, yeah. But no, we'll wrap it up there. First of all, our guest, thanks for joining us,
Healthy is a
OJ.
funny
And
word.
I think you actually helped with sort of with your questions and all that about sort of introducing us to YouTube and all that. So thank you for your help coming on, OJ. You're a good addition. Where can everyone find you? What do you want to plug?
Oh, I guess B Dabbling. I don't. What is his website? See, I get so mixed up. Our branding is so bad. Just go to B Dabbler on YouTube. You can find me there. You can also find me sometimes on Cardiff Electric's channel. You can find me on Insufferable Bastards. You can find me everywhere. I'm too many places to plug.
Yeah, OJ's everywhere. But Adam Noxious
yourself
John
in.
on Twitter, right? Is that right? Adam Noxious John
Oh
on
wait,
Twitter?
yeah, I'm also Obnoxious John, YouTube and Twitter. We do have a new channel called Yo Remember the 90s. I would like to plug that. We did one like a pilot episode, but this fall we're gonna start building that channel up. So anybody that is a fan of the 90s or doesn't know anything about the 90s, we're gonna be going back down memory lane. So yes, check us out at Yo Remember the 90s.
Excellent. Yeah, I checked out that pilot, and you recalling the Pizza Hut number off the top of your head, I immediately recalled the Australian one, 131166. It was funny hearing you recite that. So
I momentarily forgot that was just like a local number, and
yeah,
God.
but you get it, you get all the jingles and you get it like pumped into your head. Here I'm remembering it like 20, 30 odd years later. But yeah, if you grew up in the 90s, definitely a show to check out. You remember the 90s. Robbie, where can everyone find you?
You can find me at Mariner Robbie on X or whatever the hell they're calling it right now. Yeah, that's about it for now.
Excellent. Jay Scoop.
You can follow me at Jesse Crean on Twitter. That's JESSECREAN.
And Rox.
I'm at F Queen Roxanne. The F and Q are big. We are at, I don't even know anymore. I can't fucking get in our Twitter again.
At US Pod, I think, is the Twitter handle. Yeah, that's all good. For me,
It's all fucked up right now.
Yeah, definitely. We're in a transition phase. For me, obviously, I think there's a new episode of Get My Go coming out soon. So youtube.com/getmygo, get over there and subscribe and check out Get My Go. And the producer, Mike Durbin, has a Pro Wrestling Tees store, prowrestlingtees.com/Mike Durbin. You can get it at that Sussy Guy t-shirt, because on Twitter, I am at that Sussy Guy. Just imagine that Aussie guy and put an S where the A should be. Hang on a second before we go. F Queen Roxanne, maybe the morning after my drugs binge. Thank you, Husey.
So he's going to be dead.
Yeah. We'll catch you next time on United States of Australia.
Oh.
I got to fucking do it twice.
Yes, you did.